Looking at Cisco here, I want to take it long over the highs here, kind of like an opening range breakout right now. It's got a lot of huge buyers that keep coming into play here, and these numbers keep resetting. So what I want to see it do here is pop over the high of the day here. I'll have 200 shares. My risk will be about 50 cents here, but it might turn around here. The only thing that bothers me is that it's had a nice pop-up, came back. Obviously now it looks like it's starting to lose a little bit of strength. Volume's not really exploding. I was seeing a ton of green. But I mean, buyers like these just keep stepping in, but if they're gonna keep getting taken out like this, then yeah, something like that I don't want to be a part of. Okay, never. Okay, back at Cisco again here. Just pulled off really hard. Looked like it wanted to move higher here. I want to get a trade in on this. I just saw a big buyer down there making a bull flag, really. I want to get half size in here, and then I want to add on the break of this, and then it looks like we'll probably end up retesting the highs, and from that point we'll just have to see what it does here. This guy can stay in there. This thing might keep wanting to move higher. Yeah, 35 is a good spot. So my average size will be 37. Oh, that's 75 shares. That's also, the limit's way too big there. And yeah, got up there a penny away again. Size is a little big on this one, but everything's telling me it wants to move higher here, so I feel like I got a good trade coming. It's just the high of the day that's going to be the test. Okay, I'm in. I'm in full. I saw a bunch of buyers there, or a bunch of sellers. I think that was at 39 or 40. Yeah, 40. Okay, we broke them. That's good. Starting to see a lot of red now. Back up there. I guess I could add into this. I don't really feel like doing that though. I mean, it's certainly not exploding yet, but it definitely hasn't failed this trend line. 40s. See if we can break out of the high. Might do it here. Alright, we got new highs. Looks like it could go more. Lots of green. I think there's a hidden seller there. Because you can see all this green's printing, it wasn't even budging. I'm all out 38 if it gets back to it. Yeah, it just kind of keeps getting rejected as soon as it wants to move higher. If we get past the half, I'll take another partial. I don't know how many sellers we're gonna see. Tons of them. And broke through it. Took another partial. Can let the rest ride here. See what it does for a while, I guess. I think if it breaks underneath 40, I should probably get out. Until then, we'll see what the 9 does with it too. I might as well let the camera roll. I gotta find some other trades. $36.70 is a significant area, going all the way back to 2001. Because I think this stock was at oh, it's better if I look at it on this. Going way back here. $36.70. Yeah, just about. That's a big pullback. If it gets in the 30s, I'm out. I mean, this thing hasn't really pulled back at all. Market still's pretty strong here. Not really seeing anything else at the moment. I don't think there's any reason to let it go too far against me again. course, it would close right there. If it closes below that wick, then I would have been out. This thing hasn't touched the 9 yet. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it ain't looking too good. Yeah, I'm all out. Too much selling going on. That's probably all I'm gonna get. Just $38 trade. That's a little disappointing. I guess I probably, I mean, I say I should have added, but I don't know. That's a pretty good setup. Maybe I definitely should have added. Okay, I've been stalking PayPal for some time right now. Kind of interesting. We're getting close to the apex of the triangle here. The only issue is the 5-minute 9 EMA is coming up on it, but at the same time, this stock has had struggles with the VWAP staying above it this entire time. So I'm thinking that if it breaks underneath this 9, which it just did here, might finally see some movement out of the triangle. Stop loss is going to be a close back in or above 65 here. And it looks like it might just do that. Jeez, that got ugly fast. Could still be along here. That was the close of the 5-minute too, and that was pretty bullish. And it's just gonna come right back down, I guess. Yeah, that volume really faked me out too. I thought it was a lot bigger than what it's showing. Just zooming in a couple here. If it turns into a long, I'll turn it. Alright, PayPal's back at it again. Looks like it wants to might make a move here. I'm gonna enter in again with 500 shares this time. Only risking about 7 cents, I guess. Profit target again is gonna be 45 if it wants to get down there. See, looking at the 5s, it's again looking like it wants to make a move lower because it keeps getting up at this VWAP and getting rejected. 20 is coming up on it. Ooh, the 20 minutes about to, or the 5 minutes about to close here. That means the 20 is going to be moving up. Looks like the stock's going to be moving up too. Well, PayPal is just killing me right now, so no PayPal yet then. Okay, looking at Cisco here, definitely volume still in it, but it's a slow mover, so it might take a while. I'm looking at it on the 5 minutes actually. I am already full size here. Gonna take it. Risk is going to be 25. In at 13 total, it looks like. SPY's starting to drop, tech's starting to drop, everything's starting to drop right now. Of course, we got plenty of buyers now. I'd like to see it close to low a day. I think I'll make my profit target, because 36 would be a 1-to-1. Make it 05. I could be sitting in this one for a while here. I'd really like to see this 5-minute close below. Looking better. Got 10 seconds. Nope. I tell you, I really do not like level 2. once again, this stock never touched 13, so I don't know how my second half got filled. If the stock never touched 13 and my orders are supposed to go in as soon as a stock trades at 13, if a stock never traded at 13, I don't know how I'm getting put into this. Do I want to add? Level 2 looks really good now. I could add, but then we got this right here. Level 2 looks really good. It just doesn't want to crack it. I can't add here. And the reason I can't add here is because this thing hasn't been a winner for me for even a second. So I would just be adding to a trade that's, it's not a loser, but it's not a winner either. I don't want to add here. Where I want to think about adding is somewhere down here. I mean, this thing's got to do something for me. Five minutes, gonna close again. There it is. Alright, I'm seeing something. Gotta get these right. I have a hidden bar here. There's definitely a hidden bar here. Alright, gone, good. Maybe this thing just does not want to close this trend line. This thing could go up, I guess. Could break out. I think 20 is probably too tight. I don't know, 10's kind of a weird spot. Because it's definitely struggling with 10, but I mean, it's got 8 cents to break. Got another minute, then we got another 5-minute candle here. We're looking pretty good. Well, I don't know. It could pop up there again if it closed at 16. Here's 10.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with me? No wonder it took forever for this thing to make a move. was fighting against the 10 minute the whole time, and now we're sitting down there at the 9 on the 15. Well, I finally made a really nice breakdown there. I mean, I guess I could have added, but it just, with all of this in here and then the 8 cents in there, there's probably better trades to add into. But what I really liked with this one is whenever this thing would start moving down, moving down any penny, sellers would immediately start filling it in, pushing it down even farther. So we ended up getting all the way down to 4 cents there. Ended up being a really nice trade. Still have half. I will exit at 13, or I don't think a close above the 9 is called for just yet. So far it just looks like 13 I'm getting out, so I might as well just put it in. I was getting worried there for a minute that this thing was going to actually break up instead of down. It's struggling here. Big buyer showed up. Yeah, I'll stick with the close above the 9 here, because this 9's holding pretty well right now. And there it goes. I'll put that in just in case. And I am out. So that was an incredibly long, stressful trade that eventually worked out. I'm definitely going to be done for the day. Haven't traded till 11 in quite a while, so I just want to do a quick review then. First trade that I took was Cisco. Taking it long. Looks really good for an opening range breakout even. I was thinking if this candle here wanted to really bust out, but it didn't, so it ended up making like a bull flag triangle here. Got in full size here, pulled back a little bit, and then once it moved over the high a day, just moved up another 15-20 cents there. So it was a really good move to start the day. I was thinking about adding into it over the break of the whole number, and I mean it would have been a good idea because it only came back, you know, a few cents against me after I would have added in. But I don't know. I think one thing that I really need to figure out for next week is going to be where can I be more aggressive, because there were a couple situations in Cisco that I saw basically just based off of level 2 that told me it could have been, that I could have added a few times into this trade, but it was just the triangles and the recent lows and everything that were kind of making me iffy about, putting on more size, I guess. Looks like this thing might even want to go a little bit lower, but it ended up being like, I think it was like a $38 winner just to start the day. Pulled back from the highs. I sold half. I thought I saw a hidden seller. I think it was at 47, because I mean they was just printing green, and like the whole thing was just like solid green, and the 47 just wasn't moving. So I was like, all right, well, early in the day, I guess if it's gonna, if there's gonna be a hidden seller, then I don't want to chance anything, I guess. So I just took half off immediately for I guess an 8-cent profit, and then the rest was kind of another 11-cent profit. So it was a decent trade, I guess I'd call it like a single. PayPal was also pretty tiresome to trade because it just kept going all over the place. I mean, I was in and out. It was breaking out of triangles and then, coming right back into them, and just for this whole mess in here, I ended up shorting it right here. I think it might have been something like that. I think I shorted it right about, cause I got filled at 55, so it must have been this candle here then. So I was looking at it on the 5s, and I kept saying, okay, well, we got this huge wick here to start the day. It's breaking under VWAP, gets above VWAP, pulls back really hard to get underneath it again, then it struggles to get to stay above it. It comes back, and then this 5 is coming up on it. But I was thinking, I've seen a bunch of stocks, kind of go against this 5 here, and I kept telling myself, since this VWAP is really holding, this could be a pretty good short here, and I could take it to the 20 or something like that. But I mean, it got me in and then just immediately reversed against me pretty hard. I ended up getting out on a $67 loser here. I really shouldn't have taken this short at all, because one of the things that I keep telling myself over and over again is that, there are always stocks that are going to look like a good short or a good long. Well, PayPal is at its all-time high, and I mean, the SPY hasn't been this green in I don't even know how long. Like, I haven't seen this big of a green move. I mean, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe that one, but it's a really strong day for anything and everything, really. It looks like the only thing that's down is energy. PayPal's a financial stock, and it's only slightly green. I mean, the sector definitely wasn't helping, but I don't know. I really went against everything on that trade, and it severely cost me. It was even sitting at like 65 or something, right where my risk was, and I was like, alright, well, it's gonna bust up, then it's gonna bust up, and I mean, it did, and then I got out at the top again. And another thing that I keep telling myself is to get out on pullbacks, not just breakouts, because, on all these breakouts of my, where my risk is usually located, just, turns right back again. I mean, I could have gotten out closer to break even on the trade and, replanned it, rethought it, maybe it looked good for a long, and then finally, yeah, I broke above VWAP. I think I was watching BBY at the time instead of PayPal, because I was just mad, I guess. You can see the volume explosion here too. It really started kicking in. I mean, if I noticed that, I could take it long over VWAP, and then this thing just moved straight up. The only issues, were the 80 cents here, and I could have gotten in at like, I think I was trying to get in at like 75 or something. It kind of struggles at the 80, but once it breaks 80, moves another 10 cents. It doesn't close below this 9 until all the way up here at 93. So I mean, that was it. I just wasn't around it, I guess. Even looking at the 5s here, once this 9 really caught up with it, that's where the real move came in. But I mean, I fought everything. I fought the market, and really cost me on the day. I'm actually pretty happy to just be down $16 after this Cisco trade that I just got out of. I mean, I was looking at this thing at 11.26, and I mean, it took forever for it to do anything. I think partly the reason was because of this 10. Because I took that at 11.26, and I mean, it was right here at the 10. So, I mean, it's no wonder it kept closing above the, where that trend line was at. Because that 10 was also acting as support for it. But once it finally broke underneath that, you know, and getting underneath of this wick over here, that's where the real move started to come in. I mean, I got out somewhere like here, I think it was. And imagine that, wouldn't you know it, I put my stop at 13, it comes, touches 13, and it's never seen again. I don't know. Pretty rough, crazy day, I guess. Not the worst, but definitely not the best. Really want to make sure that what I did wrong today is, you know, stuff that I don't do again. I don't know if I'm going to trade tomorrow. This whole week has been pretty crazy. It's been slow, it's been all over the place. My mind just kind of, I don't know, I feel like I'm fighting myself and I'm fighting the market, you know, with everything that I'm trying to really make sure that I'm doing. I think my big thing that I want to work on is compliance for next week, and then also being aggressive and whatnot, and, you know, really looking for where I could add into trades. That's the something that I can look at for my review session, I guess. But be done for the day. Might be back tomorrow. I guess we'll just have to see. So thanks for watching.